So, you might have heard that the Swedish courts allowed people to burn Quran. Yes, it was legally permitted to burn Qurans. Now we'll talk about why they permitted and why are they trying to burn the Quran, like the holy book of Muslim people. Let's start. So Swedish courts allows Quran burning protests. So what the court said was the security risk and consequences that the authorities can see connected to Quran burning are not of such a nature that according to the current law they give grounds for decision to reject a request of general gathering. So what they mean to say is let me just say that Sweden gives a lot of importance to free speech, and what they are saying is that they can't see enough security concerns in Quran burning that they have grounds rejected. Don't you think it's insane? They are taking free speech a bit too far, don't you think? See, this happened before also. I think in January they burnt the Quran. This is again a picture of Sweden. Similarly, I'll just show you the clip of how they burned the Quran on this Eid. I think it was on 28th.
Sverige är mitt land nu. Okej, jag kan åka mitt ord. Från Sverige. Jag kämpar nu. Jag pratar mycket. Okej?
Look, this thing in his hand is Quran, and he's smoking.
Jag kan åka mig från Sverige. Jag kämpar.
So he throws the Quran and they stomp on the Quran. They are tearing the Quran and they're stomping on it.
Som heter kan du inte. Okej, här har du. Okej, här har
See, Swedish court allowed the anti-Quran protest, and this guy is burning the Quran in his hand.
Här är det som kom. Och då drar man folk i handen.
So again, only two people participated in it, and this guy is actually from Iran, I think, and he asked for permission to burn the Quran. And as they said, there were no violent protests in Sweden regarding this Quran burning. Now let's talk about why this happening. See, you can see Sweden court allows Quran burning during Eid al-Adha. So Eid, as you might already know, is a festival for Muslims to pray, and they give the permission to burn the Quran on this date, and this will obviously have consequences. See, this is the capital of Turkey, Ankara, and this is how people are protesting there. Now I'll tell you why they are burning the Quran. See, Sweden wants to join NATO. They have like applied for NATO for a long time. But to get be a part of NATO, every single NATO country need to accept Sweden as a part of NATO. But the only country that is opposing Sweden to join NATO is Turkey. And regarding this, the people in Sweden are very angry. And so the Swedish people decided to show the protest by burning Quran. I mean, you can be angry with the country, but why burn their holy book and like stomp on sentiments, religious sentiments of billions of people? Come on, man. See, as you can see, this was obviously one of the famous such incident. This is Charlie Hebdo. This was done by a French president, by a French comic writer. This is Charlie Hebdo magazine, a French magazine, and they showed Prophet Muhammad in this image. I mean, Prophet Muhammad, like the Muslims believe, Prophet Muhammad, like you can't imagine, like how can you imagine Prophet Muhammad? And they tease Prophet Muhammad by showing this picture. And so in French, The, I think, owner of this magazine and the editor was burned in Pakistan. Similarly, there were violent protests in Pakistan and lot of people that time as well. And see, this is another such incident. They are hating Swedish people. This is how they are protesting the Quran burning. You can see this is a Swedish flag. This Al Jazeera, Quran burned in front of Denmark mosque, Turkish embassy. So, I mean, Denmark, come on. So they in Denmark also they burned the Quran. Don't you think this is taking free speech to another levels? I mean, I don't think you should get that much of free speech. Morocco recalls ambassador to Sweden in protest at Quran burning. Um, and this, I think, is some important person, Sweden. I don't know exactly who it is. On the first of Eid al-Adha occurs the despicable act committed in Isfahan against our holy book, the Holy Quran. So they condone it, and Iraqis stormed the Swedish embassy after Eid Quran burning at mosque. I mean, so you can see in the future also there's gonna be a lot of consequences, and Sweden is gonna face a lot of problems in joining the NATO group because Turkey is definitely not gonna let it join. So we'll see what is happening, but what do you think about it? I think free speech should not be taken to such a level that it hurts the religious sentiment of people. So, I mean, rest you decide. And yeah, thank you and goodbye.